guys, Carla Von Guerra here, and welcome to my channel. You're basically going to see a lot of gaming content, such as Let's Plays, reviews, news, and more. You'll also get the occasional vlog on science and tech, TV, movies, comics, all sorts of other geeky stuff, really. So if you're into any of the things I mentioned, pop a squat and enjoy, because you're in for some pretty good stuff. Having said that, I'm just gonna throw this disclaimer out there. Many people erroneously believe that to be considered a gamer, you have to be ridiculously good at video games. I'm here to tell you that that is straight up false. Quite frankly, I know I'm pretty horrible at some of these genres, but that doesn't mean that I don't genuinely love video games and that I'm not a gamer. So if you're looking for a channel with a gaming goddess that has a kill streak that rivals that of World War II, I'm not your girl. Now, if you're looking for someone who has a genuine love and passion for video games, and is admittedly one of the most obnoxiously competitive gamers out there, then welcome and join the fold. Now I'm gonna kick things off with something I have a huge passion for, indie gaming. I'm a lover of video games in general. I don't really discriminate. I am a member of the PC master race, but I also genuinely love my games on consoles and on my handhelds as well. Genres, I love almost anything, even survival horror. Though I can't necessarily promise I'm not a total pansy and won't embarrass the shit out of myself. But a beloved niche of gaming that holds a very special place in my heart is indie gaming. I honestly feel as though indie games have a certain level of creativity and passion that you often find lacking in games backed by bigger devs. What's astounding about this is that these are usually very small teams that put together this laborious love effort while working their regular day jobs. There's just something insanely admirable about that, and some of the most beloved characters and storylines have come straight out of indie games. So, without any further ado, in today's video, I'll be covering my top 3 favorite indie games of all time. First on the list is Cave Story. Cave Story is a remarkable game that was actually my gateway drug into the world of indie games. It's a 2D platformer that was released in 2004 as a freeware platform adventure game for the PC and developed by Pixel Amaya completely in his free time. The entire game was a labor of love and it shows throughout. Though it's relatively simplistic aesthetically, as reminiscent of old games such as Super Metroid, it only adds charm to the already overly charming game. The storyline is funny and full of heart, yet complex as many of your choices in the game directly affect the end result and can determine not only the outcome, but even the fate of beloved characters. Gameplay is similar to Metroidvanias, yet not as non-linear. There's a certain free roam mechanic to this game that gives you a real sense of being completely in charge of the way the story unfolds for you. Though many will disagree with me on this, there is no wrong ending to this game. The story unfolds for you as it's meant to. Controls can take a bit to get used to, as quotes physics can be a bit flighty, but you adjust to this rather quickly and will find it adds to the overall fun and action adventure that unfolds while playing the game. All in all, Cave Story is an indie gaming great that I firmly believe must be played if you're a fan of indie gaming. Next up, perhaps my favorite indie game of all time, Super Meat Boy. Super Meat Boy is a 2D platformer heavily influenced by retro platformers such as Super Mario Bros. Gameplay is bare-bones basic platformer with running and jumping as its main means of plowing through levels. Sounds simple enough, right? Wrong. Super Meat Boy has often been referred to as an exercise in insanity, and rightfully so, because you will die and restart over and over and over again. This is a game in which you have to make precision jumps and turns, and though Team Meat does not make this an easy feat to accomplish, they have managed to make it addictingly fun. The game does not hold your hand, and punishingly so. If you ask me, that's part of why I love it so much. I might be showing my age here, but there was a point in time where video games did not hold your hand. Video games were tough, man. You die? Tough kittens. Go right back the fuck where you started. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. It's this attention and reverence to old school gaming while still managing to make gameplay an absolute blast that really sold me on this number. Storyline is pretty simple. You play a Super Meat Boy, a wad of meat, literally, that sets off on a quest to classically rescue the princess, in this case Bandage Girl, from the baddie, Dr. Fetus. The artwork and style is so damn cute and hilarious and morbid that I couldn't help but fall instantly in love with it. I'm a die-hard Team Meat fan for many reasons and for many of their games, but Super Meat Boy, yeah, that's my holy grail. And last, but certainly not least, is a beautiful masterpiece of a game created in 2012 by that game company called Journey. When I say that Journey is one of the few games that I've played in recent years that changed my life, I mean it. Playing through Journey is similar to a religious experience of sorts. When the game initially came out, I remember being really intrigued by it based off the trailers alone, but I couldn't have foreseen just how much of a game changer, literally, this game was. Not only is the game one of the most visually stunning games I have seen in a long time, even more so after the HD re-release, but the actual content, storyline, and mechanics in the game all work together seamlessly to easily make it one of the most beautiful games I have ever had the pleasure of playing through. You play as a wayfarer, a mysteriously robed figure seemingly trying to make their way through the desert to reach their objective, a distant mountain on the horizon. Gameplay is unique in that it gives you free rein to simply wander, explore, and figure things out in your own time. There is no real dialogue in the game, no awkwardly timed instructions, no pressure to accomplish tasks within a set time frame. Over the course of a few hours, Journey manages to take you through a roller coaster of deeply felt emotions, from wonder to fear to bravery and everything in between. Along your journey, you may encounter another wayfarer traveling along the way. You may choose to go your own ways or journey together. The experience differs from player to player, but allows for an intimacy in multiplayer completely unique to the game. Suffice it to say that Journey is one game that will leave an indelible impression on you from start to finish. I cannot recommend this game enough. Well, there you have it, lovelies. My top 3 favorite indie games of all time. I have plenty of other honorable mentions, and I'll make sure to fit them in the descriptions below. In the meantime, make sure to hit the subscribe button, follow me on Facebook and on Twitter, and of course, if there is a game that you would like me to review or do a stream or a let's play on, feel free to leave it in the comments section below. Until next time, this is Carla Vongera, signing off.